Where there are people, there is noise.
Newsflash. Good evening, Madame Herta fans. This is an urgent broadcast. The great Madame Herta, member 83 of the Genius Society, has been targeted in an attack at the space station. Her current whereabouts are unknown, with no group having stepped forward to claim responsibility. Many Heritors are upset at the ineptitude of upper management, having issued strong protest and condemnation.
Mr. Scrollum, this was a premeditated attack.
Conclusion: their target was the space station, but their strategies are still unknown to us.
That's right. Which is precisely why we need her. The last to lay eyes on Herta's puppet before the attack was her.
And you are?
This is Dr. Ratio of the Intelligentsia Guild, a delegate from the IPC.
She's only just woken up, dazed. She may need a few pointers. Ah, we cross paths again. Do you remember me? Of course. Why would you? Memory is such a fickle thing, after all.
Miss Trailblazer, you must have many questions. Please be patient. Aster will explain it all to you.
You probably know the gist of things already. A few system hours ago, one of Madame Herta's puppets was attacked by an unknown perpetrator. We don't know the location of the puppet, and we can't pinpoint its signal. She's away on a visit. This issue didn't seem to trouble her much.
She received an invitation from the IPC before the attack occurred.
Ah, the technology department. Charming little place, isn't it? Madame Yabuli does possess some semblance of competence, but her subordinates? Oof. Oh, they're a riot. Brimming with enthusiasm, yet utterly devoid of intellect. It's as if evolution halted prematurely for them. They want to start some new collaborations with Herta, and have graciously extended an invite for me to play the role of science consultant. It's delightfully amusing. I can't wait to witness firsthand how these geniuses from the so-called Super Smart Club squander the IPC's vast resources. However, this attack was timed a little too well. I can't help but wonder if someone leaked this information, and the attackers seized the opportunity. Herta's aloof response to these juvenile provocations? Almost as intriguing. What a delightful little puzzle.
I've long heard that you're one of the best researchers in the guild, Dr. Ratio. We are honored to have your assistance.
Save your flattery. Time is hardly a luxury we can squander. To debate the merits of mere mortals in the company of an actual genius? Quite the paradox, if you ask me. Excuse me, you. Tell me, what were you doing the last time you saw that puppet?
Huh? Well, invite me next time.
Don't play the fool. Think.
I think I was...
Right. I need your help with something else. That curio's gone missing, and I can't just forget about it. Go find it for me when you have the time. I'm sure you can manage that, can't you? Let me describe it again in case you forgot. It's alive, but it doesn't have a body. Send me a signal when you see traces of it.
I think she mentioned something important, but I can't remember. If only there were some hints, then maybe...
Anyway, keep up the good work. I need to go out for a bit. Go ask Asta if you want someone to help you.
My memory's kind of hazy. What did I do after that? I think Herta mentioned Asta. That's right. This is what I recall before I met Herta, but I can't remember some of... Let me try to remember the conversation with Asta.
A curio that's alive but doesn't have a body. Sorry, but nothing comes to mind. Maybe the researchers at the Departments of Ecology or Insight may have an idea? Hinkle and are around here somewhere. I'd suggest you ask them about it.
Asta seems to have mentioned two names. Two researchers from the Departments of Ecology and Insight.
Those despicable villains are distorting the truth online. Ugh. If I discover who's behind this, they're gonna wish they'd never crossed me. A curio that's alive but doesn't have a body? Isn't that just a jinx? Oh, nowadays people call them wubbaboos? Well, I might be the Department of Ecology head, but I'm not the most knowledgeable person when it comes to curios. Adler would be of more help, but he's been investigating some paranormal phenomenon. I haven't seen him all day. I must say, it's a little embarrassing for the space station to be in such disarray while guests are visiting. We've been through a huge crisis and are still recovering. But there are some who are trying to exploit the chaos to agitate the workforce. People are growing more and more distrustful of the management here. Never mind, I shouldn't be telling you this. It's something that we researchers need to resolve ourselves. Pretend I didn't say anything.
Adler. Right. Then I ran into Arlen. Adler was with him. Adler was with Arlen. They were involved.
What? He went to the scene alone with Peppy? How could you let him?
Calm down, Brother Arlen. I know you're upset.
We're walking the dog.
We're having a walk.
Like I said, we're walking the dog.
So I'm the dog?
They seem to be hiding something.
Is there something you need?
Oh, really? What a coincidence. We're looking for him, too. That kid sure is brave, running straight to the scene on his own. Yes, well, Peppy isn't here, you see. Brother Arlen, I can't keep this up anymore.
Can you leave the talking to me next time? Let's walk. Why are you looking for Adler? A lost curio. I see. He'll be able to help. Careful. The fragmentum in this area is very unstable. Over there! As I thought, he's in trouble. Let's go!
Lend me your strength.
Lunar flame. Blade of me.
The dead return!
Lend me your strength. Ready for another? Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack. Lend me your strength. To guard and defend. Crush them. Lend me your strength.
Blade of me.
Peppy! Are you okay?
That's me. What's up?
She wants to ask you something about curios. I'll leave you to it. Adler, Peppy's in your hands now.
Don't worry. I think I figured something out. Catch you later. So, which curio do you want to know about? That's all you got? Well, there's beauty in the abstract, I guess. Have you asked the Department of Ecology head? Huh, she's not wrong. But that does...
Huh? What did I say?
Huh. Now that you mention it, I have a wild hypothesis. Let's call it a day. Wait for me. I'll be in touch.
Adler seems to have gotten a lead, but... What? Let's go over it from the start. I may have overlooked... My memories of Arlen and Adler are...
A curio that's alive but doesn't have a body. Sorry, but nothing comes to mind. How's it going? Did you find the information you're at? I see. Is that what Hinkle and think? See? My researchers are pretty outstanding. Anxious, me? After the Legion's invasion, the space station has been... Some researchers have been questioning the management, and so things had settled down a bit with the reconstruction efforts. But the researchers disappeared. Yes. 4 researchers have inexplicably disappeared in a matter of days. No exit logs, no traces. Vanished. People were just starting to regain their footing after the catastrophe. I didn't want panic to spread, so I suppressed the reports until the... However, as you can see, it's hard to keep secrets in a sardine can like this. Rebuilding trust is harder than establishing it in the first place. I'm concerned someone's pulling strings to sway public opinion. Anyway, the most important thing is to get to the bottom of the disappearances. That's okay, but thank you for the offer. Aren't you helping Madame Herta with something already? Oh, by the way, I heard about the thing mentioned, and I'll look into it too. I'll find...
So I did consult someone else other than Hinkle. The only thing I... The other person should be from the Department of Insight. I need to remember who it is. The other person should be from the Department of Insight. Identifying that person is crucial. It could be the key to making sense of everything.
Hey, what brings you here, Rich? It's been so...
I'm not that wonderful.
It's all taken care of. As long as the money's there, it's all... Here's the account you asked for. It's legit.
Sure.
Oh, you flatter me. I'm just a peddler doing a little business on the side. Small scale. Best left under the table. But if you ever make it big in the guild...
Again? How many times has it been? You're really pushing my buttons.
Here too. Did my memory piece together irrelevant information?
Let me describe it again in case you forgot. Send me a signal when you see traces of it.
I think she meant if only...
Anyway, keep up the good work.
Hey, what brings you... It's all taken care of. Here's the account you asked.
Sure.
Oh, you've... Small scale. Best...
Again?
Here too. Did my memory piece together irrelevant? Now I remember. The other person is Emily. She was at the base zone. What did Emily say?
I say, what a wonderfully intelligent...
I'm not that wonderful. I'm just okay.
No no need to be modest. Though I confess I did hear someone say you were the shining star of the Department of Insight.
Sure. Can I help you with something?
See this material here? People are so inconsiderate. How's someone like me supposed to make out the small print? I'm not getting any younger, and my eyesight is failing. Do you think you can...
Again? How many times has it been? You're really pushing my buttons.
Oh, another smart-looking youngster. Wonderful. It's about time we had some new recruits.
Huh. Asta told you to find me? A curio that doesn't have a body but is alive. Isn't the Department of Ecology full of curio experts? That's got nothing to do with the Department of Insight. However, I've heard of such a species. A colleague who came back from a business trip said that the Cienjo Alliance has life forms like that. Don't get me wrong, I was merely relaying information. I didn't mean I'd help you. The atmosphere on the space station has been getting stranger lately. It's risky taking sides.
The Cienjo species Emily mentioned seems to be what inspired Adler. The disappearances Asta mentioned are now the Cienjo species Emily mentioned.
I figured you'd come to me. I'm sorry.
Just as I thought.
I'm sorry. The situation is very delicate. How? I see. I'll be honest with you. There's only one clue. Adler observed that means that every victim's disappearance was accompanied by some inexplicable fire. When we made visits, the words they used were spontaneous.
Have you asked the Department of... she's not wrong.
Huh?
She's not wrong. That's right! They're called Heliobi! Now that you mention it, let's call it a day. Wait for me. I'll be in touch.
Spontaneous combustion of the human body. That is... I need to go over it from the start.
Let me describe it again and send me a signal when you see traces of it.
I think she mentioned something. If only there were some hints.
Let me describe it again in case you forgot. Send me a signal when you see traces of it. That's not the point. I wouldn't be bothering with it if it did anyway. Keep up the good work. I need to go out for a bit. Go ask Asta if you want someone to help you.
I commend your stamina for recounting that interminable tale. You must be exhausted. My ears certainly are. So, to sum it up, the last time you laid eyes on Herta was in her office. She sent you on a wild goose chase for some trinket, the curio. After which you knew nothing else until Lady Asta contacted you. If that's the narrative you're sticking to, then indulge me. Who, pray tell, can substantiate this captivating drama?
Affirmation. We can ask...
Well, if you lace up those boots and start sprinting now, you might just catch the IPC shuttle in 4 system hours. But as it stands, not a single soul can corroborate her story.
Mr. Ratio, your style of questioning would seem to have a preconceived bias.
Apologies, it's an unfortunate habit of mine. When one is immersed in academic research, skepticism comes far more naturally than belief. It is also the most efficient method, judging from my experience. Seeking answers with a negative hypothesis in mind is still valid research. It can still help us reach the truth. If she is truly innocent, she can clear her name with answers. Based on your story, you met with Herta because she specifically wanted you for an assignment.
I remember now. Back then...
That's enough pretending. Please be quiet. Based on your story, you met with Herta because she specifically wanted you for an assignment.
I remember now. Back then...
That's enough pretending. Based on your story, you met with Herta because she specifically...
I remember now. Back then...
That's enough pretending. Based on you...
If you knew Herta, then you wouldn't find it...
Don't interrupt other people. Based on your story, you met with Herta because she specifically wanted... And the assignment involves a curio that doesn't...
Herta didn't mention the name of the curio. However, she did give a thorough description of the...
True. You wouldn't be able to make that...
Why do I feel like I'm being...
And the assignment involves Herta's collection.
I doubt Herta is interested in the curio...
Based on your story, and the assignment involves Herta's collection.
Sure.
Say what you want.
A correct observation?
Herta's collection. An endless...
I doubt Herta...
Based on your story, you met with Herta because she specifically wanted you for an assignment. And the assignment involves a curio that doesn't even have a name.
I remember now.
That's enough. And the assignment involves a curio...
I remember now.
That's enough. And the assignment involves a curio...
I remember now. Back then...
That's enough pretend. And the assignment, Herta's collection. An endless trove of...
The curio isn't the point. Herta was only addressing it because of its relation to the Genius Society.
I would imagine the curio is the creation of a genius. Affirmation. It holds some special meaning to Herta.
Yes. That seems logically sound. Then you said you asked Asta for help with... However, so what's the story? Are you full of...
The space station has been very distrustful of another severe incident would...
Oh. So that explains... They wouldn't be partial to anyone, but would still... Researchers' disappearances, you say? Clearly, though, it bears no cut the act. You're perfectly aware of the...
Correction.
Researchers clearly cut the act. You're perfectly...
I remember now.
That's enough cut the act. You're perfectly...
I remember now.
That's enough cut the act.
Correction. The...
Researchers clearly cut the act. You're perfectly...
I remember now.
That's enough cut the act.
Doubt me all you like. You and I are no different.
Oh? Your point cut the act. You're perfectly aware of the point I'm making.
Correction, there may be a...
Researchers' disappearances, you say?
Yes, I ran into
Adler?
a level 2 researcher.
Well, did he?
Adler seemed to have had
Researchers' disappearances, you... Clearly, though.
no connection?
Clearly, though. It bears no
No. If I recall correctly, don't know the location.
She did say that. But then what?
There should be evidence. Arlen discovered the space station's automatic fire suppression. But that's what's so odd about it. But this may not be direct evidence. Then there's ample...
If these two incidents were caused by the same person, then the suspicion put on you would decrease, provided that this fire suppression record does exist in the system.
We'll see in the main control room. Let's go. Huh?
Harrider Newsflash. This is an urgent broadcast. I repeat, this is an urgent broadcast. News has finally emerged regarding the attack on Madame Herta. The Annihilation Gang has claimed responsibility for the incident and warned of further activity. The Guild has expressed utmost condemnation.
The gods of the starry skies have abandoned the world. They give no thought to the masses. Only the wounded savior can bathe the world in the firelight of destruction. Yet always there are cowards trying in vain to reject their favor and escape the wounds. Flee then. Flee as far as you can. No matter the distance, annihilation will find you.
This is...
A declaration of war, and an announcement of what's to come.
This Duke Inferno Ifrit is a life form that hails from Fatora, a world long since destroyed.
A group of pitiful lunatics. I like Dr. Primitive's assessment of them. The fire demons have a cruel temper and instinctively ignite and destroy items. Ifrit is particularly evil and cruel, even among his kin. The Everflame mansion he had...
Japella Brotherhood. I've heard that name somewhere.
On the Stellaron Hunters wanted posters, they stand accused of inciting the Japella Rebellion, the uprising that caused the downfall of the Brotherhood.
The Japella Palace crumbled in the scorching flames, and Ifrit's power has grown by the day ever since. Something similar is about to happen here. Spontaneous combustion? For him, it's as routine as me finding fault in everything. That video will soon circulate. And
the destruction of trust.
I'm afraid more than trust will be destroyed. You need to start acting now if you want to. You have a superior strategy? Pray tell,
If we did that, we'd be at a disadvantage. I'll stay here and try to contain the news.
Where there are people, there is noise.
Not good. This is serious.
A list of the missing researchers and their details.
Sure, but the security department already combed through their backgrounds and personal relationships. We didn't find anything odd. The Annihilation Gang are a group of die-hard thugs.
A list of the missing researchers and their
Okay.
Take it. Remember these names. Find a friend who's tuned into the gossip around here. I don't know. That depends on your friend.
What else do you need me to do?
Take me to the one who knows the most about curios within the Department of Ecology, if you would be so kind.
He disappeared too. I didn't really notice at first. Adler's difficult to get a hold of at the best of times. But it's been a few system hours, and I still can't reach him. The last time I saw him was in the Master Control Zone. He was with Wen Sherling from the Department of Implement Arts.
Lead the way. You said Adler was on the verge of a discovery, yet couldn't confer his knowledge. Intriguing and frustrating, to say the least. If his disappearance is also related to the case here, then maybe he really did stumble upon something important.
True. The key words that got Adler thinking were energy, life forms. Duke Inferno is also an energy life form. Coincidence? We need to investigate this.